Hi, welcome to GooderTalk. I'm Ken Adams. Today I want to share with you a wonderful technique that you could use if you have to give a speech about yourself. Now, in Toastmasters, it's called an icebreaker speech. In elementary, middle, or high school, or even in a college speech class, it might be called a getting to know you speech. Well, the show and tell technique is a great way to introduce yourself to your audience, even if you have this terrible fear of public speaking. Now, the reason is because you can focus your attention a little bit on this object that you're showing, and then you're telling a story about it, and you feel less worried about what people are thinking about you. It kind of deflects some of that attention to your object. For example, here is a rubber band ball. I could talk about this as maybe this is what I feel in the pit of my stomach when I have to stand in front of an audience. And I can talk about more about how that makes me feel and how nervous I get and how I can't really think or focus on what I'm trying to say. And this rubber band ball is kind of a symbol of that. Now, another example is my ukulele. Now, this is a personal example that I could share with you, that I picked out this ukulele because I was down in Frisco, Texas with a friend of mine, and we were chatting, and we saw the Lava Song on one of the Pixar movies, and it was just kind of fun, and we started writing some lyrics to it that would be fun and apply to our lives. And at the time, my daughter was almost ready to graduate from college. And I thought, wow, that'd be kind of cool if I could write her a song and play it on the ukulele. Well, he and I spent a couple hours looking for ukuleles, and we finally found one, and I bought this one. Well, I could talk about how this ukulele is a symbol of regret, at least in my life. Because, as you may have already guessed, I regret that I didn't write that song. Or at least I didn't finish it. And then I didn't sing it to my daughter. So I regret that, and that's what this ukulele could mean to me. Now, I'm not suggesting that every time I see this that I feel a sense of regret, because that's not true. I took it to the mountains this past couple of months and kind of learned how to play it a little bit. So I think in the future I will finish that song and I will sing it to my daughter, but not right now. Now, my final object that I'm planning to share with you today is the face mask. Now, it might be hard to see. It's blue with stars on it, red, white, and blue stars. And my sister-in-law made this because when the pandemic started, the COVID-19 challenge that spread worldwide, there weren't any masks to be found. And I asked my sister-in-law, who had lost her job recently, if she could make some masks. And so she had the free time. I helped buy the material, and so she made some masks. And this reminds me of this time period in our lives. But I could also talk about how it makes me feel to wear. Maybe I feel anonymous when I wear this mask. Maybe it is a sense of safety for me, that I think that this is going to protect me from getting sick. Or, there's so many things that I could apply to life using this face mask. And that's the point. You can talk about anything you want using the object that you bring from home. Maybe you have a stuffed animal that reminds you of when you were a kid. Or maybe you have a pencil that you can say is what reminds you of when you wrote your first story, or wrote your first speech, or wrote your first book. You could just talk about anything with a pencil. And the focus, at least in your mind, is on the pencil, and it makes you think subconsciously that maybe the audience isn't just staring at me. I'm sharing this experience, which reduces my fear because I'm holding some object like the rubber band ball. Well, I hope this episode has helped you understand the show and tell technique and has shown you how maybe you could use it in your first speech, to become less nervous, to become less anxious, and to do a great job giving your first speech. Now, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button because you learned something today, because here at GooderTalk, we want to help you make the best speech ever. I hope you'll watch future videos that show some other techniques of overcoming fear when you're giving a speech. Thanks, and have a great day.